you're in the day. It's like the feeling at the end of the page when you realize.
Good morning again. The time is 7:53. Beautiful start here in north central Wisconsin. Fair skies and 50 degrees at our downtown studios at the corner of Washington Street and North 3rd Street. I am Chad Holmes. It is the WXCO Morning Report, part of Mornings with Pat Kreitlow here on 98.9 WXCO. Online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices, and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app, along with our in-studio engineer, Ian Welsh. Ian, good morning.
Good morning, Chad.
How's the sound?
It's a lot better. It sounds
back to normal?
like it's supposed to. Absolutely.
Apologize. We had some distortion earlier in our local segments. I think you could still hear us, but it just sounded odd. A little bit odd, but we apologize for that, and we were able to figure out exactly what was going wrong, and hopefully that is in the rearview mirror, and we can move forward after that.
Yeah.
Coming up a little bit later, we have our 822 segment. We will wrap things up with our number for the day quiz. You are 2 for 3 this week, so already got a passing grade, and now today you'll try to actually no, it's only Wednesday.
Yeah.
You're 1 for 2. I already gave you a win
2.
for today, so I guess you better get it right. So you're going to try for a passing grade today.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Why was I thinking it was Thursday already? I'm losing sense of time and space here, I guess. But yeah, we will.
Sometimes the days of the week just blend together so well, it's hard to tell when one day's over and another day begins.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So we will have that coming up. But I wanted to spend a few minutes, and often we'll be talking about either local or state issues here. But I got to talk a little bit about what happened yesterday with the President of the United States.
Oh,
Pat,
what did he do this
Well,
time?
Pat Kreitlow talked a little bit earlier. They had nearly a 3.5-hour on-camera cabinet meeting where basically the cabinet members went around getting on their knees to say wonderful things about Donald Trump, and Donald sitting there soaking it all in.
So basically groveling.
Groveling is a good word, but that wasn't actually the part I was going to talk about today.
Okay.
Pat talked about it earlier, and I thought he made some very good points, but I want to talk about a couple of things that Trump actually said, and one of which I would think would be disturbing to the so-called small market, local control conservatives. For so many years, they talk about small government being the best, and local control, that the federal government shouldn't be telling local governments what to do. Well, Donald Trump yesterday at that cabinet meeting said this, quote, and I do quote Donald Trump here: "I have the right to do anything I want to do. I'm the president of the United States. If I think our country is in danger and it is in danger in these cities, I can do it," end quote. He's talking about sending armed military personnel to different cities around the country, mainly Democratic, and actually I think all democratically controlled cities in terms of the governments. Again, he says, I can do anything I want to do. And at a certain point, members of the Democratic Party have to be stronger. We see some people starting to be a little bit stronger. But just as importantly, members of the Republican Party have to get off their knees and start to say, this is not right. I mean, for Donald Trump to say that, and frankly, if I'm a Democrat, I'd get out there and say, well, Donald, if that's the way it is, that means when there's a Democrat in office, if they feel it's in the best interest of the country to throw you and all your cronies in jail, well, they can do it, because the President of the United States can do anything he wants to do. No, that's not the way things work in this country. Also,
can't believe he actually said that at a 3-hour on-air meeting.
I could actually go for 3 hours based on stuff that he said and others said, but I got one other point I want to make before this segment comes to an end. He also, during that meeting, said, talking about the Russian-Ukraine war, he goes, quote,
right.
And again, he uses language which I think is disturbing in the White House.
I agree.
I'm going to apologize. I'm going to use the term because I just think that you got to hear what Trump had to say.
Gracious those people.
Quote, people go into war thinking they're going to win the war, and they get their asses kicked. Nobody goes into a war thinking they're going to lose. I'm sure Ukraine thought they were going to win, going to beat somebody 15 times your size. You don't go into a war that's 15 times your size, end quote. I'm going to say two things here.
Okay.
Number one, I want to hear Professor Trump's views on the USSR Soviet Union versus Afghanistan war of the late 70s, early 80s. That very small Afghanistan beat the Soviet Union.
Right.
And how about the Vietnam War, where the power of the United States of America was not enough to defeat a very small North Vietnamese army?
Mm-hmm.
So Professor Trump is wrong on that account. And also, Ukraine didn't start the war.
Exactly.
They did not go into this war. They are defending themselves, Professor Trump. But again, craziness in the White House.
Yeah.
And stop swearing all the time. You are somebody that the youth should be getting a good example from.
You're setting a horrible example.
Exactly.
For future politicians and the country as a whole.
And for the kids and for Americans of all stripes. Boy, but I mean, that whole event yesterday in the Oval Office,
it's just pathetic.
Was disturbing, to say the least.
Yeah.
The time is 7:59. Coming up, a top of the hour information update, news, weather, sports. Then back to Pat Kreitlow. He'll be talking to Earl Ingram after a look at the weather as well at 8:06. So Earl Ingram will be his guest. Coming up.
Just another tricky day.